Okay, we just rolling, man. We making all kinds of videos a day. You know, I'm of the belief, like, or I used to be, that you know, you don't want to make too many videos in one day and put out so much content in one day, man. I just, on Instagram especially, like, I just stopped caring about likes and follows, and I started, like, Instagram is like, man, once every 2 days is like the sweet spot if you're gonna post, and you gotta post this kind of content, dude. Most of my Instagram photos these days are just me, like, screenshotting my notes, like stuff that I wrote down. Like, I'm so next level with Instagram. Like, I'm trying not to get likes. I'm trying not to get followers. Like, I'm posting way too many stories. I know most people just click through them all, but my real ones look through them. And it's the same thing with business marketing. Like, I'm not out here trying to you know, evangelize my marketing company so that you all, you know, no. I'm giving the few hardcore believers something to go through and actually learn. Right? If you can't get something out of this video or one of my other videos, like, you're not gonna get anything. Like, you're just looking for a silver bullet. You're looking for that magical fix. Like, I'm trying to give you a whole top-down collegiate education via YouTube, Instagram, whatever. So I guess this video is titled How to Hide Your Drug Addiction. What? Hold on. Let me just go ahead and, you know, let me hide my drug addiction real quick. All right, look, a lot of y'all are phonies. What I mean by hiding your drug addiction and how to do it is this. Actually, I'm not even gonna tell you how to hide your drug addiction. That was clickbait. What? You're clickbaiting? Yeah, I am. So what I am saying is there's so many people out there that are winging it, that are faking it. They've got their business and they're good at what they do. They're so good, in fact, that they can just be phonies. Like, they don't have to really try hard. I mean, this isn't really the people. I'm not really targeting you if you know, like, if you suck at what you do, nobody's paying you for it. I mean, you could be a snake oil salesman, but man, in the internet world and that don't last too long, dude. Like, let's just be honest, man. That really doesn't last very long. I really want to sit down. Let's just do that. Let's just unedit this. All right, I really want to just kind of sit down and have a conversation. Let's see here. Maybe I need to grease this, baby. We coming out here. We shortening some legs out here. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, crooked camera, crooked screen. We don't worry about that sort of thing. Man, why you always gotta rhyme? I don't know. I'm good at it. I don't tuck my gold medals in. So listen. The whole, let's see if I got some sweaty pits. I don't care. Too many people out here trying to hide their drug addictions. Too many people out here are trying to, in business, right? I'm a contractor, or that's like where my background is. Okay, I've estimated for a large company, huge mid-Atlantic company with a bunch of different offices. They were trying to send me to Florida. I was like, yo, I want 100 grand. They were like, you're crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I ain't going if I don't get 100 grand a year. So, you know, call me crazy, but one of the first things that we said when I joined the company was I made sure, I was like, all right, but before I leave, we're going to negotiate my salary. So I committed to going. No, 100% was going to go, but I wasn't going to go for less. So, I mean, I had an ace up my sleeve. They thought I was just like another run-of-the-mill kid that didn't graduate college, that like needed them, and I don't need you. Like, y'all need me. That's why you hired me. Anyway, so I worked for a large mid-Atlantic company, contract company. I did that. You know, worked at a paving company. Did sales for them. Did install. Did all that stuff. The actual construction of the roads and stuff. Worked. Drove their big old trucks. See, now, I just worked for so many different people that just jerked me around and promised me this, that, and the other. We're gonna make you a big person, and you just gotta You just gotta be patient. You gotta stick it out. And all right, like, okay, cool. But when I look around and the people that are getting paid more than me are like 40 years old and have like 20 years of experience in that company, I know that that's what they mean by be patient. Is stick with them for like 20 years and we'll see what happens. Like, and I'm sorry, but I got some gold medals hanging around my neck. You know, we're not doing that. You know, if you can't see like what I'm worth now, then you won't see. You know, that's why like I don't try to make these videos perfect. I'm just gonna upload it like that with all the mistakes and everything. Cause again, dude, life is messy. All right, this video takes me time. Like, I get that I'm wasting your precious time, but I'm the one that's got the resources here. I'm the one that's got the information here. All right, the ball's in my court. If you don't want to wade through a couple minutes of, you know, me saying and but and stuff like that, then that's your problem. That ain't my problem. That's yours. And you're gonna be the one that misses out on the information that I have to offer you. Now, that's not to say that I can't do my best and put my best effort forward. No, it's not that. But it's like I have so many things that I need to get to. I have so much more content that I need to put out that I don't have time. I'm not a video editor, and I'm not going to try to market myself as one. And if I sat there and tried to edit every single video that I put together until it was perfect, I would never put anything out. And that's part of the reason why, if you see my other video, like the reason your marketing sucks or whatever, part of the reason that, you know, I told you guys, like, you're scared to put out content, which is why your marketing sucks. You're scared of having mistakes. You're scared of your mistakes being plastered all over the internet. And what is somebody going to do? Make a 10-minute mashup of you saying and but? Like, at least they're putting your content out there and reblogging it. So, make a mashup of that, baby. I don't care. What we're doing here is we're providing some value. Now, back to the topic of the video is how to hide your drug addiction. Is if you're out here winging it, you can fool a lot of people. But eventually, everything is going to kind of come to the surface. Like, I've worked for all these different contractors, and then I worked with this one guy, and, you know, I'm not even, like, I've hired so many people. I've had so many subcontractors work for me. I've had this, I've had that. Like, I just had so much going on that I know the difference between good and bad. And everybody sells themselves as good. All right, whether they have a drug addiction or not, everybody sells you on the fact that they don't. So this isn't, I mean, the title was clickbait, and I don't care if anybody ever watches this. But what I do care about is those of you that will, you got to understand, don't market yourself as something that you're not, right? A couple years ago, I started a marketing company with somebody who had just nothing to offer, nothing to bring to the table, nothing. I mean, they were just looking for a way out, a silver bullet of whatever they were doing, and I was kind of all in, and you know, I was the only one that ever had any appointments set up. Like, they would make more calls on me, but I would get appointments. They never got a single appointment, you know. But there was a time during that business that I had to, like, I remember just to make sales calls, I had to like dress up. Like, I had to put on a suit and a tie and some suspenders and some khakis, like, just to feel good about myself enough to call somebody, because I knew I was faking it. Like, I knew I was a phony. And so I had to like dress and act the part. Now, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that do the same stuff, man. You know, if their Instagram followership ain't a certain amount, like they like won't do whatever. Like, here's the thing, I'll walk up, like, I do this out of routine. Like, I look like I do for me, not for you. I mean, if I'm trying to cater to you, I don't walk out of the house like this. I mean, sometimes I go out the house, I don't even shower like for like a couple days, and I'm talking about like I worked out both days. Like, oh, that's not business appropriate to admit. Like, yeah, but I mean, I'm doing stuff. Like, if I'm not closing deals and stuff like that, if I'm just sticking around the house and working out, like, yeah, I guess I stink up my sheets, but I don't smell it. I mean, I don't know. Nobody's telling me I'm smelling. Like, the only time I smell is when, yep, I'm right. Put on some deodorant. Like, we're good to go. I'm not advocating not showering. Like, I brush my teeth more than anybody I know. I don't floss, but one of my business partners has not missed a single day of this year flossing. But I'm not in a comparison game. What I am saying is, looking like this, Like I walk up to, and it's like it's almost like a rule. It's, you know, I don't follow it perfectly, like, cause it's not a rule, but just for me, whenever I'm in like an establishment, especially Starbucks, dude, like working on something or like working, I go up to the hottest girl. I make sure, like, cause if she, and I don't, it's not a rule 100% that I follow, but the most beautiful, attractive girls that come in, I go up and talk to them. Because whether I ask them out or not, like whether I try to get their number, whether I'm like, yo, like whatever, like, you know, 9 times out of 10 I get rejected anyway if I'm asking them out. I don't care. Like I'll know I'm gonna go get rejected and I'll walk right into that rejection. Reason I do that is because I stop caring about the results of what's gonna happen. Get this is super important. I stop caring about what the result is, and I care more about the process. I care more about, all right, if I know I'm not gonna get what I quote unquote want, right? Even though I don't even want these girls. I don't want, like, necessarily, like, I mean, maybe, you know, maybe we'll see if it goes somewhere, but I know I'm moving. And besides that, like, most of these girls out here hoes anyway, like, and I'm just being real. And I'm just not like that. Like, I don't have any interest in fornicating. I don't have any interest in adultering and having sex outside of marriage. Like, I just don't have any interest in that. Like, and if I'm not gonna marry a girl, like, I don't even want to put my face on their face. Like, it's just how I am. It's not that I haven't been down those roads or made those mistakes. I'm not, you know, and I'm not judging anybody that does. I don't really care what you do. We ain't talking about you. We're talking about me. This ain't a video on how you can hide your drug addiction. It's how I'm hiding mine. But I might phrase it on how you can hide yours. And it's clickbait anyway. So I go talk to these girls knowing I'm going to get rejected or probably going to get rejected. And I do that because I want to make sure that I'm still going through the motions. Like, and these girls aren't objects. And I make sure to never leave them anything but flattered and not just flattered. And like I want to leave these girls not feeling vulnerable or susceptible to like anything. Like if anyone's gonna take any sort of embarrassment, it's gonna be me, right? Because you gotta remember, these are, like, first of all, human beings, but delicate, precious females. And so we as men need to protect them. And that means from ridicule, embarrassment, feeling like a piece of meat, okay? If anything, I want to be the piece of meat. Like, I want girls to be salivating over me. And they do, which is why I grow all this out. Trying not to make y'all stumble. So, out here doing my thing, I want to make sure that I don't get too far based on my looks. And I was talking about that a little bit in my last video. A lot of people just get way too far based on their looks and being attractive and being this and being that. Like, but when you're 15, 20, 30, 50, 40, 100, 200 pounds overweight, now I'm not advocating that, or if you're, like, you know, not in the prime of your life or whatever, like, if you've got all this stuff going on, or if you know, like, you're sick, or, you know, if you got to go up on stage and sing, but you're sick, like, are you still going to give it 100? Are you still going to even go on stage? I mean, that's a big deal. Are you still even going to show up? Showing up is important. Are you even going to show up if everything's not going to go your way? Like, are you gonna try out for the team? I've tried out for many bands, many things, knowing I wasn't going to make it. Just knowing. I mean, I could take one look at the competition, and I know I'm not going to make it. I still show up. You don't have to tell me no. I don't take no hints. I don't take no hints. You're going to have to tell me no. I'm going to leave you feeling respected, but you're going to have to tell me no. Because until you tell me no, it's still open-ended. I still got a shot. And about the only thing that I, like, listen to no to is when females tell me no. But when, like, a business person or, like, a coach tells me no, you can't be on my team, a band tells me no, I'm like, all right, I'll just find another way in. And even for, like, females, like, I've had girls tell me no, and then, like, I'll see them at a wedding, and I'll make a joke. I'll be like, yeah, man, she's already rejected me 3 or 4 times. Like, this happened, like, a few weeks ago. I was like, yeah, she already rejected me a few times. You know, I was like, let me get a couple drinks in me, then I'm going to ask her out again. And I made sure she heard that, and I kind of, like, built her up, like, man, I'm not even good enough to go out with her. But at the same time, I'm showing her, like, I'm still confident. Like, I'm still willing to, like, come after you. but I'm gonna judge your reaction in front of all these people and from afar, so you don't feel like I'm approaching you or closing the distance or trying to like get at you. Like, no, this is like a public thing. Like, there's no secrets here. I am not somebody like coming at you like in the dark, you know, trying to keep. No. Like, let me shower you with you're better than me. All right, let me exalt you. And I mean that. That's just like a weird word to use when you're not talking about God. Let me exalt you. And let me lower myself and humble myself. At the same time, I have confidence. Does that make sense? Good. Hope it did. So what are you doing in your business that you're being phony with? Cut the crap, man. If you got to put on a suit to feel like you're an insurance salesman, start walking around in a t-shirt selling insurance. If you feel naked, good. Don't be naked, but if you feel naked, good. Sell your insurance in that t-shirt. When you start closing deals in your t-shirt or growing your hair out like this or whatever, when you start closing deals like that, do it a little bit more. Do it a little bit more. See how far you can take that. And I'm not saying don't care about your parents, don't shout. It's not what I'm saying. Like, but what are those things that you're relying on to hide, not your drug addiction, but your insecurities, right? We don't like that word. We don't like thinking that we're insecure. We don't like it. You've got insecurities, and they're emanating from you, and you're trying to cover them up, and you think that by putting on a $100, $200 pair of sneakers and that gold watch, that you're hiding your insecurities. You're not. In fact, your insecurities are on display for people that are doing it for real. And yes, I'm pointing at myself. Like, I'm dodging CarMax. They're trying to collect payments on my truck. And every time I get money, I don't give it to CarMax. CarMax don't care about my family. If they come and repo my truck, they're going to repo it anyway. And they're still going to sue me for the difference after they sell it to some used car lot. Like, they are the dealer auction. Like, they are gonna screw me regardless. So when I make money, I keep that junk in my family. Now, when I'm out of the debt, when I'm out of this, that, and the other, like, yeah, CarMax will get their money. Like, I'm not advocating stealing. Like, oh, that's not Christian. Like, I don't care about your opinion. You have this much of a view of my life, this much, and y'all like, oh, that looks like I'm wearing a mask. Hey. But like, I'm talking about like the little diamond in the center of, you know, my fingers. Like, that's how much of a view of my life that you have. So you can't really judge. You can, but just know that your opinion is not counting for anything. But I just want to set you up with some of this stuff, some of this information to let you know, like, I'm keeping it real with you. Like, this is a business promotional video. If you think I'm doing anything right now except for promoting myself as an entrepreneur and promoting my business, like, I'm promoting Christ too. But if you think I'm not promoting the business right now, like, you're wrong. What you think I'm making this video for me? I might be making it to train my people, but I'm making this video for y'all. Like, all this stuff is for me, but put myself out there is for you guys. Because nobody is going to do business with me if I'm hiding my drug addictions or if I'm hiding my insecurities. Nobody's going to do business with me when I have all that stuff emanating from me. And the people that are doing business with me are first timers and newbies, and there's a lot of people out there, like the one I was talking about in the very beginning of the video, that'll go after those types of people. They're gonna go after the people that's the only people they do business with. First time home buyers. That's it. That's all they do business with is them, right? Because people that have been doing it for a while or that are in the game, like, they can smell you from a mile away. They smell that you're a phony. They smell that you're a fake. They see the insecurity. They see that you have to, look big and all that. Dog, if you fat, if your man tits jiggle, they jiggle, son. Like, if you want to get rid of the jiggle, do more push-ups. Eat less, all right? Don't try to put on some type of clothes to make you look less fat. Everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows you're just trying not to look fat. Like, I used to go to the beach and the pool and stuff way heavier than I am, like 50 pounds heavier. And I'd be the first one to take my shirt off. Just cause. Like, I'm out here, baby. I'm like, I know I am insecure about my weight. I'm totally insecure about it. But I'm gonna be the first one taking my shirt off, because in spite of the fact that I'm insecure about whatever, I'm not gonna let that hinder me from what I'm doing. And even if I'm acting insecure, even if you can tell I'm insecure, you respect something about it, and that's where the seasoned people will do business with you. Now, the most seasoned people, they won't do business with you. They're gonna say, you know, I respect the fact that you're not hiding your insecurities or that you're not bound by them, but you haven't dealt with the root of the problem. So you're not on my level yet. Like, those are the real seasoned people. And so those are the people that I'm trying to go after right now. And if I can get the real seasoned people to do business with me when I look like this, that's probably when I'll just shave it all off and go back to looking like all of you guys. But maybe I won't. Maybe I gotta rep this life forever just to inspire people. I don't know. But that's all I have for today. Just know that there's gonna be people around you that'll keep you around and love on you as long as you're in their shadow, or they think that you're in their shadow. But remember, you can't be in anybody's shadow if you're not competing. People that may compete against you are doing just that. When they pass you, then what do they have? They have to leech onto somebody else and suck the life out of them. But if you just compete against yourself, like me, I've been bullied and all that stuff. Like, I had all this issues growing up and had all these issues until today, and still, you know, whatever. I learned that the only person that I need to be better than is me. Now, a lot of people say that, a lot of people give that lip service, but I really believe it. I don't look around the room and be like, I'm better, therefore I'm good. I don't know what chapter it is, but it's in Matthew somewhere where there's two people in the church or in the synagogue where they're both praying, and the Pharisee, he looks over at the tax collector and he's like, God, thank you for not making me like him. Now the tax collector doesn't even think about the Pharisee. He says to God, he beats his chest because he's a sinner. Now, he just prays to God and beats his chest and groans because he's a sinner. Now the Pharisee's like, man, I'm doing better than him. The tax collector goes, man, I'm doing worse than I should be. That's what I want to leave you guys with right there. That's a good business principle. That's a good spiritual principle. I mean, that's just a good principle, all right? Tell your principal. I'm out.